What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another great episode of Tough Calls with Symone and
your boy Dylan. Yellow.
Okay, so in this episode of Tough Calls, we're going to be talking about the NBA 2K League that is set to kick off Tuesday, May 5th.
Turn up.
Right. We thirsty for some basketball.
Exactly.
So basically, the 2K League was supposed to play in Manhattan in a brand new 2K League studio. Live audience, fans were going to be there, but obviously, you know, things are looking different now. So the guys are going to be playing remotely in their home markets. Sad. But you got to see the bright side. At least
that's true. At least we're still getting something. At least the 2K season will be able to go on. At least they're able to play it. So I know for the players, myself included, well, not as a player, but as a fan, and the players, I know that everybody's just happy to be able to at least play the season.
Right, and now we got some Hawks to root for. You know
exactly.
Because the other Hawks
got a team to root for again.
That good.
Why you have to bring that up?
Okay, so basically how the first 6 weeks of gameplay, at least the first 6 weeks are going to be remote. Mm-hmm. After the first 6 weeks of the season, they're going to reassess, is it safe to, play live again or not? Right. So we know at least the first 6 weeks are going to be remote. So games are played in a best of 3 series. The winner of the best of 3, the best 2 out of 3, obviously, it has 1 regular season win, 1 regular season loss for the loser.
All right, so let's go ahead and before we get into the preview of the Hawks matchup, let's give you a little background information on where the Hawks are coming from. So last season they finished 5-11, not so great, but they have basically rebuilt their roster. It was their first season. And also, yes, it was their first season. Good point. So they finished 5-11. They only kept one guy, retained one guy who was Mr. Styles, and he's also going to be switching positions because we got BP, the MVP runner-up from last season, who came over from Kings Gaming. And we're basically building a team around BP, which is a pretty unconventional style, at least as far as 2K goes. But we're going to be able to see if Mr. Styles is able to switch over. He's either going to be playing the 2 guard or the lock position. Mm-hmm. So we'll see if he's able to make that adjustment. And we'll see if these other guys who we drafted in this offseason are going to be able to rally around BP and see if the Hawks can make some shake.
Make some shake. Before I get to it. The Hawks drafted Fall the God. They drafted Lee, Arkell, and Kale in the 2020 NBA 2K League draft. Yes, they retained Mr. Styles. Mr. Styles is going to be moving from an on-ball position to an off-the-ball position, so it's going to be very interesting to see, how he adapts and how he's able to be effective in that position, because we didn't get to see Mr. Styles play in the 3-for-all showdown, so we're still, wondering how that's going to be.
If it's going to work or not.
Talk about what we're getting out of these players from the draft. What we're expecting to get.
So, in Follow the God and Lee, we are getting 2 great on-ball defenders. These are guys who should be able to not only, do what they got to do on defense, they'll be able to make those switches, and really lock down their assignments and be able to kind of keep the floor spread out and space it, at least on the offensive side of the ball as well, for BP to, do work. He'll also be able, we saw in the 3-for-all showdown, he was able to make some things shake with Lee in the pick and roll situation. BP did a great job of drawing in Lee's defender a lot of times, and Lee will right to the basket and finish there. But their main duty is to be able to lock down their defenders and then, do what they can offensively as well. And then also in Kale, he is a sharpshooter. So we'll see a lot of times when BP breaks down the defense, gets the hole, if, his defender comes over, then BP will be able to kick it out to Kale, and hopefully he'll be able to knock down the shot.
Sharpshooter,
yeah.
Shoot. Okay. So Arkell, fun fact about Arkell, he was on the Hawks Talon Gaming Club's practice squad last season, and now he is moving over to the big leagues.
Right, now work his way up.
Yeah. So we're also intrigued to see what we're going to see out of Arkell as well. They have a whole new team, whole new roster, same head coach who has the same championship mindset. And Wesley Acuff, that's the head coach, he said that the team has great chemistry already off the court. So we're just looking to see how they can be able to translate it to the virtual hardwood. So let's get into the Mavs versus Hawks Season 3, Week 1 matchup.
All right, so as I said earlier, Hawks finished last season, their first season, 5-11. The Mavs finished 12-4. Mavs got off to a hot start last year.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
The Hawks did finish very poorly last season, but it was their first season. They have a whole new roster this season. The Mavs are coming in with their same core: Pete B. Ballin, Dimes, and Sherm.
Right, so PB Ballin and Dimes, they are one of the best pick and roll duos in the entire league. That's going to be something to watch out for me, because in the 3-for-all showdown, because this is really, the 3-for-all showdown is really all we have to go off of, especially since it's a whole new team. BP sometimes, I don't know if he was being lazy or he kind of just wasn't all the way invested. I mean, I'm just keeping it in the butt with you. That's what we do here on Tough Calls, keep it in the butt. So I don't know if he was being lazy or got kind of lost or was like communication. Probably a mixture of all three. But sometimes he would kind of miss his assignment on the pick and roll. So that's going to be something to look out for. He can't fall asleep on defense. He's going to be be sharp not only on offense but on defense as well with a pick and roll duo like that. And Sherm is a lockdown defender. I think someone you were saying he held opposing point guards to what percentage was it?
Let me get my stats.
Go ahead and get your stats, girl. Get your stats right.
Okay, so Sherm was the past season team MVP for Mavs Gaming. He held opposing point guards to 27% shooting from 3.
Yikes, boy.
He averaged almost forcing 5 turnovers a game. Okay?
That's tough because obviously BP is our point guard. BP is who we are mostly going to rely on for scoring. So it's going to be so interesting. Something's got to give. Either BP's offensive stats are going to give, or Sherm's defensive numbers or defensive prowess is going to give a little bit. So it's going to be like two titans going head to head.
What a great matchup for week 1.
A big force and an immovable object, going head to head, and BP's offense and Sherm's defense. So we'll see if BP tries to drive to the basket a little bit more and doesn't shoot as many threes, since obviously Sherm is a lockdown from 3. And we'll see also if BP tries to get the other guys involved some as well. If he tries to do more pick and rolls with Lee. So it'll be interesting to see what he does and how he, adjusts we'll see how he adjusts as the game goes on.
Yeah, for sure. And I know from what we've seen of BP in the 3-for-all showdown, because we were tuned into Hawks Talon Club Twitch account, so we could hear BP mic'd up. He don't want no smoke. He got the attitude. So I know as soon as he, if Sherm, starts to pick up on his tendencies, he's gonna be, feeling it and gonna be ready to turn up and figure out like what adjustments he needs to make.
Oh yeah, BP's passionate when it comes to 2K. He does this, so he'll be willing to do anything. It was cool because in one game in 3-for-all showdown, I remember the first game, he kept saying throughout the game, "Well, my shot's off." Went in between the next game, corrected his shot, and then he made like the first 4 out of his 5 threes. He made 4 in a row, something like that. So he knows how to make adjustments. He knows what to do, especially offensive wise. I mean, that's his prowess. Dribbling, shooting threes, that's what he does. So it'll be interesting to see how him and Sherm battle.
Interesting. Okay, so we're going to tune in. Hopefully you guys are tuned in. We'll see who really loves basketball, who don't. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. We'll see who the real fans are.
We see who the real fans are. Okay? Okay. So yeah, the games are remote, but we know a lot of these guys spend a lot of time playing alone anyway. Like, you play in your room locked in anyway. They're still, going to be able to be in the headsets, talking to each other, getting coached up. So who knows? This might be an environment that they thrive in.
Right.
The coach made a good point last week when I asked him, are there any bright sides to remote play? Be optimistic. Are there any bright sides to remote play? It was tough for him to think, of a bright side. Because I know he was ready to go to New York.
Oh man, ready to party.
You know what I'm saying, in the new studio. Exactly. But you gotta think of a bright side. And he said there's not a lot of Atlanta fans in New York, and if they were playing in New York, the crowd could have been rowdy against them. Right. So now they don't have any distractions from the crowd. They're all locked in. They ready. They hungry. They ready to play.
They ready to go. No excuses. They only gotta focus in on the game, nothing else. So we should see their best.
All right. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let us know what you guys think. What are you expecting from the matchup between Sherm and BP? Do you guys think Lee is going to be a breakout star this season? Because we sure do.
I think so.
Yeah. Let us know what you guys think. We're going to be checking out to see how Mr. Styles adjusts in his new position. And like, comment, subscribe, yada, yada, yada.
Bye.